In a significant diplomatic development aimed at preventing a total collapse of regional security in the Levant, the United States State Department has officially announced that Israel and Lebanon have agreed to a formal 45-day extension of their current ceasefire. The announcement, delivered by State Department spokesman Tommy Pigott, comes after 2 days of incredibly intense, closed-door negotiations hosted in Washington, D.C., where diplomatic teams worked around the clock to prevent a return to active hostility. The previous, highly fragile truce between the Israel Defense Forces and the Hezbollah militant group in Lebanon was legally set to expire on Sunday, May 17th, making this last-minute extension an absolute necessity to avert an immediate escalation. According to official briefings, this 45-day window is not a permanent solution, but rather a calculated tactical pause designed to provide international mediators with the time needed to draft a more structured, long-term peace framework. The State Department confirmed that the next round of high-level negotiations is already scheduled to take place between June 2nd and June 3, where core structural disputes such as border demarcations, demilitarized zones, and the return of displaced civilian populations will be directly addressed. While the extension has brought an immediate sense of relief to civilian communities living along the Blue Line who have been living under the constant threat of rocket fire and airstrikes, military analysts warn that the situation on the ground remains incredibly volatile. Both sides have kept their respective armed forces on high combat alert, and minor structural violations could easily trigger a chain reaction that invalidates the entire diplomatic effort. The broader geopolitical implications of the ceasefire extension are closely tied to the wider conflict involving Iran, which has placed immense strategic strain on the United States military and its regional allies. By stabilizing the northern front in Lebanon, the U.S. and Israel are attempting to compartmentalize their security challenges, ensuring that resources are not divided across multiple active theaters of war. However, Lebanon has simultaneously taken an aggressive stance on the diplomatic stage, filing a sharply worded formal complaint with the United Nations accusing the Iranian regime of systematically abusing diplomatic immunity. The Lebanese government alleges that Iran has explicitly refused to recall its ambassador after Beirut demanded his formal expulsion, while additionally accusing Tehran of continuing to fund and orchestrate covert, destabilizing operations directly inside Lebanese territory. This complex web of regional accusations highlights the immense difficulty of achieving an enduring peace in the Middle East, as localized truces are constantly threatened by larger proxy dynamics. International humanitarian organizations have urged both parties to use this 45-day window to facilitate the immediate delivery of essential medical supplies and food aid to devastated border towns that have been cut off from regular supply lines for months. For the global community, the continuation of the ceasefire provides a momentary stabilization of maritime and economic risks, but experts remain unified in their assessment that without addressing the core root causes of the regional proxy war, temporary extensions will only delay an inevitable confrontation.